Welcome back, everyone, to Incognito Banter. We are on our episode 17 or 16?
Yeah, lost count at this point.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So today we have our designer. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we got some new artwork on our all the social media platforms. We got new artwork for the Spotify episodes as well, and we also have new artwork for the YouTube channel. We have a new banner, new icon, everything. It's pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it.
We're growing up.
Yeah,
We're growing up.
No, I was actually really disappointed when you mentioned that we're gonna have the designer on the episode. I thought you were gonna bring out the guy that sang Panda.
Yeah.
No, so
We'll
let's
settle
welcome our designer who inspired, who basically.
She helped spearhead a lot of this stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like she came with ideas too.
She was a mother to all of us in a way.
Well, she had to put up with us and all the insane requests we had. Do you remember when we first started, we came up with those personas?
Oh yeah, the avatars.
The avatars that we came up with for that kind of represents us. But
I thought it was disrespectful how I looked, but that's fine.
you looked yours was the most accurate one. I'm not going to lie.
I fully agree, man. It was like, dude, that looks like him.
Really be your own. Do you?
No, yours was the most accurate one. Ours, I mean, I think I've seen better days for me, but that's about it. Okay, so without further ado, let me welcome Vrinda Patel, our designer.
Hello. Hello. Nice to be here.
Nice to have
It's
you.
been a long process, but finally we're here.
Finally,
We
we
made
got
it.
some new artwork, and it looks really nice. So
That's what I was gonna say.
No, it really looks nice. No, I love that she said, long process, and that's all she had to say about it. Not pleasant people to work with. She just said, yeah, no, you guys were kind of assholes.
I was like, you know the answer to that, man.
yeah, I mean, we did take like what we promised our viewers that we're gonna be. What was that? December or something? We were gonna launch with new artwork because we changed the name of the episode and stuff. I think it was the episode with Harsh Patel.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we changed our name in the episode, and then we took forever. We actually midway through we came up with a whole new design,
Yeah.
and we're like, yeah, let's come up with something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had something completely different, and then I don't know what happened. It took a turn.
Yeah.
And then we just switched everything up.
Yeah.
And then here we are. Couldn't be happier. It's pretty good.
It's
We
pretty
did
good.
a
Yeah,
good
it's
job.
pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. It's a job interview.
Yeah. I was gonna say more directly. Like, how'd you get into like design? Is this something like you're looking to do long term? Those kinds of things.
I mean, I wouldn't say I like got into design. I think I was always artistic, I guess, because my dad's
I was
really
born
into
with it.
Literally. My dad's really into it, so like growing up he would always be the one to, I don't know, like we would do like random art projects, and like it wouldn't even be for school, and I would show up with like the most extravagant art project, and all the other kids are just sitting there like
They're just confused. It's like,
I didn't know we were going this far.
It's like I thought we were just drawing stick figures. I didn't realize that we were drawing like
she's
anime
out there
stuff.
ruining the curve. They're like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah, so it was my dad, and then growing up I've always done like random drawings, paintings, and stuff like that, and then over COVID I finally got an iPad, and that's when I downloaded Procreate and I started doing digital design. Yeah, so I think my first project was doing a save the date for a wedding.
That
and-
sounds cool.
Yeah, it was a cool one.
we actually saw that like in your portfolio.
Yeah.
It looked really nice because like we stalked your like Instagram a little bit. Then we saw who the save the date was for, and I'm like, wow, you really did them wonders.
Yeah, so Procreate. That's pretty cool. I think I've been hearing a lot of people using Procreate. And is that like the common tool that most designers use?
Yeah, I mean there is other tools. I think there is an Adobe app or something, but it's not as user friendly. This is pretty straightforward. It's a lot easier to use, and also it's a lot easier to download other like brushes, fonts, stuff like that. It's more flexible than other apps that I've seen. I've tried Adobe for the save the date that I was doing, but it was too difficult to like use and navigate through, I guess.
I get you. When I think of these, I think of like the big three, right? I'm gonna rope Procreate into it, but Procreate, Photoshop, and then what is it? Vision Pro? Is it also like there's like Vision Pro? That's wrong.
It's
The
like Illustrate.
Final Cut. I'm sorry.
No,
Like,
Final Cut's for
that's
videos.
just videos. Isn't there
Yeah.
like isn't there an image editing one that's similar to that?
Illustrate,
Might be that.
Adobe Illustrate.
I thought there was one that was like a kind of an Apple software, kind of like Final Cut, but maybe not.
I think you're thinking of maybe GarageBand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Cooking beats,
Cooking Beats, yeah.
painting with music.
Pages. I don't know. I just opened up my MacBook
I was
and I'm
gonna
just
say.
looking through all
He's
the
like,
apps.
FaceTime.
FaceTime. Have you used FaceTime to create artwork? Actually, you could. Just everyone's like screenshots and then just create. I don't know. During COVID, there were some random artists doing some really random shit and making those into NFTs and making millions and millions of fucking dollars. So, art is subjective. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, fuck NFTs, man. Honestly, did any of you ever buy or acquire an NFT?
I thought Vrinda had a project for
I-
NFTs, right?
Yeah, I actually got 2 projects for NFTs, but it didn't work out because the people that were trying to do it were like just going crazy with it. They thought that they would make millions.
Yeah, I was gonna
so
say.
they were putting in more than they could get back with it, and then it didn't end up working out.
The
Yeah.
whole NFT market, right? Like, it was just wild to think about that.
I saw some of her sketch work because when we were collaborating on this stuff, she actually showed me some of the work that she would have had to do for that NFT, and it seemed like so much work. Like,
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that as like an artist, right? Like, do you think that like if you made something, I could just cop it and make it, unique, quote unquote, and sell it online? Like, someone that creates something. What were your thoughts on kind of that whole like? I would say the privacy, not privacy. What am I looking for? Kind of like just exclusivity
Oh yeah,
of
or
like
uniqueness,
artwork,
right?
Yeah, that could easily just be a JPEG.
I don't know. I think with stuff like that, it's more just as long as you're getting credit, and I think with that, it's like you're not really gonna get credit on the website. It's more of like if someone asks you, you should be willing to like refer me to other people and stuff. And also, it's like if you're going to someone about something like this, you should have an understanding of what it takes and how much it takes. Because the people that came to me, it was like, yeah, we'll pay you, like, for example, $1,000, but we need like 2,000 images drawn out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
That's not gonna work.
yeah, that's not
that's
gonna
kind of
work.
Holy cow.
insane. 2,000 images
drawn?
for $1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like hand drawn. You're zooming in. It has to be really
Yeah,
That's 50 cents a piece.
yeah.
Like,
And like each image would take me like at the very least an hour. So it's like I'm
50
not gonna
cents an
work
hour?
for
Fuck that
50
no way,
cents
noise.
an
no
hour.
way.
Yeah.
I know some kids in Cambodia that actually out earned that.
Wait, why do you know
I
kids in
don't
Cambodia?
I don't personally know these kids. I know we talked about Epstein Labs episode. I just want to make sure you guys know I don't know these children.
I was just saying, whoa.
I know about these children in
Hey,
Cambodia that make more.
And honestly,
Hey,
things
did
are-
you end up meeting Stephen Hawking there?
yeah, right. That was the thing with NFTs, right? Anybody and everybody wanted to create one because there are people buying them like crazy without understanding what they were, right? I don't think I fully understand what NFTs are, and that's why I've never bought one or even thought to buy one. But they were hot for a hot minute, very hot.
It's because you don't understand artwork, man.
That's also true. That's also true.
And I'm just messing with you. But Vrinda, what else do you do besides making our podcast art look great?
School.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's
Fair. No, but like I meant in terms of like artwork. Like what else though? So you do like
Or-
all these visual artwork, but then do you also like paint or anything else?
Or is there anything you want to get into in the future that like
Yeah.
you want to expand into?
Mm.
So other than digital art, I do a lot of paintings. I want to get more into. So I always do like smaller paintings. I want to get into doing bigger paintings. So that's currently one of the things that I'm working towards.
Mm.
Another thing that I've been looking into lately is Procreate animation.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't know if it's a new app, but there's this app, Procreate Dreams. I don't know if it just came out or I just found out about it.
Oh,
but
nice. Yeah.
yeah, it's an app that I've been wanting to try out.
That's cool. Yeah.
What makes it different? Yeah. How's that? Like, is just like you can animate your images, or what is the dreams part of it?
So it's fully based on animations.
Okay.
So with regular Procreate, you're mainly doing pictures. It's
Mhm.
not like moving. On regular Procreate, you could also do animations, but they don't have enough tools
Mm.
to do animations. But with the other app, there's more tools to do animations, and you can also upload videos. So if you want to draw on a video or add animations onto a video, you could also do that.
I played
That's
around. I played around Procreate a little bit, and I'll tell you right now, like
Is that how you have a kid?
maybe played around a little bit now. And I'll tell you right now, it's a very powerful tool, but it's super simple, which is surprising, right? Like you can do so many, like add layers, adjust backgrounds. I mean, I had my daughter play on it to make it through a flight that we were on, and she was okay, right? But she just does not like
I mean,
that shit.
she is literally a 2-year-old. Yeah, she was okay. What did you want, like Picasso? Like,
You know, like listen, all right.
She could be better.
She could be better, yeah.
It was just like it just looked like a bunch of scribbles. I'm like, come on, you're better than that.
10 years from now, when his daughter's like listening to this pod, and she's just like, "Dad, I'm just never enough for Dad. I'm just never there." Like,
So another thing that I've been doing with art is customizing shoes. I've done 3 now.
3. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, like, what kind of designs have you done so far? Like, I've been looking into a lot of those designer shoes as well. Like, one of my friends, he actually got, I don't know if you've seen Naruto, but those Itachi shoes.
She's like, I actually have not. I actually have a love life. No, I have not seen Naruto.
No, but like, those Itachi shoes. I know you guys probably know.
I didn't know about.
Yeah, no, I'm single. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty dope. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, no, I know some of these shoes get really intricate, and lots of people dye their shoes in coffee just to get like a nice color so they can work on them as well.
So, Vrinda, what have you done, like, in terms of like design, like anything cool on those?
The first shoes that I did were one of my college friends. He's really into Pokemon, so we came up with. So there's Mew and Mewtwo.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's called. I don't know Pokemon like that, but
Again,
So-
love life.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say.
yeah. So one shoe was Mew and the other shoe was Mewtwo.
That's
And
cute.
So we did like I think the colors are like a lighter pink and a purple-ish color.
Grayish, yeah.
Yeah, so we did like the actual Mew, and then the swoosh was the color from the other.
Oh,
So
cute.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
On Mew, it would be Mewtwo's colors. So I did that. The second one that I did was one of our friends lives in 2 different cities. And so he wanted like on one shoe he wanted it based on Austin, which is a city he lives in, and then the other one he wanted it based on Chicago because he used to live there and then he moved to Austin. So that was the other concept we did. And then the last one was I just did like an accent color one. We didn't really do a intricate design. So it was just like accents of brown.
That's
Those
pretty
are
cool.
The 3 so far.
So, like, where do you get your inspiration for with like art? I know you talked a little bit about like your dad and growing up with that, and like me, I don't know much about art, but I know there's like the New York loft artists that like would draw like a stripe into a canvas and then you see it in museums for $1 million.
Or tape a banana to the wall.
Yeah,
Tape a
tape a
banana.
banana to a wall.
Or that thing that when you buy it, the what was that
The
thing?
Banksy?
Banksy one, the one that just burned away.
Yeah,
Well, but
like
that's that was Banksy's thing. Is like all his stuff is temporary.
No,
Yeah.
Banksy's thing is like
it's all
Or
social,
recently, I
it's
guess
all
is
what
social
it's
statements.
Yeah.
It's all like
Yeah.
how art is kind of perverted now. So like, where do you get your inspiration from, and like, what's your style?
Inspiration wise, I don't get it from a specific place. It's just from like, I don't know, like I'll see something when I'm out and about and take a picture of it, save it in my camera roll, and whenever I'm doing art, I just go back through my camera roll, look through it, get ideas from there. Another place that I look often is Pinterest.
Oh, cool.
That's that's where a lot of people post their art and stuff. Instagram I've tried, but it's really hard to find those pages if you type in just like sunset painting. It like barely anything comes up. So websites like those, and I guess like in terms of how I come up with ideas, it's like what happened this time was we talked about the theme of it, and then I was just doing it, and then an idea popped in my head, and I did that. And then you guys were like, yeah, we like this. And then more ideas just kept popping in. I kept putting things together. And
so.
Nice.
Okay, that's a good point, and I think we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. So I have 2 more questions for you, and then we'll promise you we'll stop grilling you, and then we'll go on to the next segment. So the first question I have for you is like, where that idea that you talked about that popped into your head, like what inspired you to go down this route? Because obviously we came up with this dumb idea of personas, and we look like our personas looked worse than those meta quest like it was not your artwork, it was more of just the idea itself. Those Mark Zuckerberg's Meta had those personas thingy, like where he looks like it just looked really dumb. Like Mark Zuckerberg's persona looked really dumb for the Meta Quest, and it just looked like a 5-year-old drew it. And I think we kept pushing you into that direction of, hey, we just want to continue going down that route, and then an idea popped in your head. So like, what inspired you to come up with this concept and kind of go from there?
It was more that ours sucked.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
this was something that, so initially when we had our first call, this was right when I heard the name. This is what popped in my head.
Yeah.
And just the going with the theme, it's very literal.
Yeah,
the artwork is literal to the name of the podcast. So yeah, that's what popped in my head. But we were on 2 different pages of things, so that's why we went with the other thing. It didn't end up working out, and then we tried this out, and you guys started liking it. So then I kept just going in the direction of what I thought would look best, and yeah, that's where we are. Because I don't know, the other thing, I think the issue.
You could be honest with us. Like, you could just go and tell us how much it sucks. She's being so nice. She's
I was
like,
gonna say, yeah.
the other
The concept that you guys were
not
going,
good idea.
Yeah, the idea that was adequate.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like for those viewers who haven't seen our artwork, I think our logo is now, those incognito eyes and the hat and
Like a detective. Yeah.
kind of like, secretive thing with the microphone on it, and it represents 3 of us, but in a colorful sense, representing the 3 different colors.
The details,
right?
man.
Yeah, the details. Yeah. So like, we didn't give her that idea because we're not smart enough or artistic enough for that. So I was just wondering, like, how did you think of those three colors, and the whole process of like.
She's like, well, for a matter of fact, I did not invent these colors.
Actually,
three
the color wheel.
Yeah,
These are primary colors.
these
Correct.
colors existed long before I did.
The colors, to be honest, I was just testing out different colors. I had the background and the whole thing done. For people that haven't seen it, these colors are kind of in the background, like glowing behind the logo. And I was just trying different colors out, and one looked best, and then we kept adding 2 more colors, because initially what it was supposed to be was just one color glowing from the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all together came up with that idea of having 3 colors representing all 3 of you guys.
Yeah, so I mean, for the viewers again, it's red, green, and blue. They are primary colors, yes, but I think the shade of it is really nice and soothing. Like that's the best way to like describe it for me. Like I think it's like not very, I don't know. The green doesn't scream very green. The red doesn't. It's not very sharp. It's very smooth. I don't know. Am I doing a horrible job at this?
Yeah, you're kind of weird.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, like, I see what you're saying. Like it invokes some sort of emotion, right?
Yeah.
It's not too in your face.
It's not too in your face. Yeah.
I think that's the best way of saying it. I think these guys are kind of going more artistic than I would. They're like, it brings out my childhood memories.
Right?
That green is the first spring that I ever saw. But yeah, I mean, we have a very interesting episode today.
Yeah, and before we get to that segment, I have another question for you, which will help us lead into the next segment. So you said that you use Procreate. From what I realized and from what I've heard is the Apple Vision Pro is also used for artists, and it just came out recently. And there have been artists that can, or at least there are companies and apps that can port those things right into the Vision Pro. So an example of this would be the Procreate app being in the Vision Pro. Do you think that's the future of artistry, where you can wear a headset, paint in like that Z-axis essentially, and have that depth, and basically move around art, create like 3-dimensional art pieces? Or do you think that this is just VR, and it's been around for a little bit? So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, traditional art is always just gonna be pen and paper. I mean, not pen, but like colors, paper, canvas, whatever medium you're using. Because with this, you're not getting the details. At the end of the day, you're not getting those textures. It's still VR. It's still technology. I think it's people that use traditional paints and canvases, I think, are still going to use it. I guess the artists that want to try out new things, maybe they'll be more into it. But I mean, people have been using paints and canvases for years and years and years now. And there's been more technology that comes out, but the people that want to use it. The people that want to keep using the traditional stuff, I think they're still going to use it.
So for you, the real art form is still, the physical, let's draw something on a piece of paper kind of a thing. And all these secondary things like Procreate on an iPad or, any of these.
Trash.
Not trash, but like, that's I guess that's the perversion that most artists talk about.
Like Banksy and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I think Banksy kind of talks more about like political, cultural, like economical stuff with perversion.
But just like perversion of art in the sense that it's not like regular, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not the truest form of art.
Well, he doesn't want to make it commercial, right? Like that whole thing is like a Banksy piece of art is like worth a lot. So he's like, I'm that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
He or she, I don't know. And so there's always a timer. You can appreciate it, but it's going away.
But yeah, so that kind of segues us into the Apple Vision Pro talk. We actually got to experience it today for the first time. So we didn't buy it, but we actually went into the Apple store, scheduled some time, and the two of us actually got to try it. And Man, I want to talk a little bit about that, like how that experience is. And honestly, it was amazing. Like that's
No, it was super dope. I think so. Here's my overviewing opinion on it. When I was wearing it, when I was using it, and the whole experience, amazing. I wanted one. I wanted to put my credit card down. It was great. Then when I left the store, started thinking about what I just fucking did, learning more about the functionality and stuff. I'm like, yeah, no, this is not fucking worth it. This is just my opinion,
really.
but I mean, yeah, like it's a very personal computer.
Oh yeah. So okay. So I can explain a little bit about what he's talking about. So
Okay.
right when we left the place, I kind of pointed it out that Apple Vision Pro is not something that I can have and then I can give it to my wife or I can give it to you to play around with it, because that you have a specific light seal that kind of covers your eyes, and there's if you have like glasses or lenses or something, then you're inserting those lenses. Even if you buy like an additional accessory of the lenses, there's no like multi-user mode in the operating system.
Oh, I was gonna ask because I'm like profiles. All you
No,
really need,
there's
but
no profile, so you have to reset the whole thing
Yeah.
it
okay.
and then set someone else up, and you can't do that every day, so it's more of a
By design, they did this, man. Right?
yeah. So
Yes.
well, no, I think it's just that the software is just not there yet.
Oh, okay.
I think the next version will probably have like multiple people support or something, just like you know, have different eye seal kind of a thing.
But other than that too, like every additional, like, you know, classic Apple style, every additional thing that you need for this is a couple $100. Like, this is something that's meant for, oh, you could wear this every day and throughout your life and be on the move with it. Well, the travel case is $250.
No, it's $200.
Sorry about that. It is $200.
That's a steal.
The battery pack that it comes with, oh great, it's amazing. It's 2 hours. It'll last you.
2 to 3 hours. But yeah. I mean, yes, you can watch a movie. That's about it.
Yeah, you can watch one movie and then it is at 0%. And if you want to buy another battery pack, I'm sure that's gonna run you up a couple hundred dollars as well.
Well,
Yeah.
wouldn't that give you a headache? Like just constantly having that on, or like constantly seeing.
It's supposed to be seamless. That's the whole thing. 'Cause
So I'll tell you why it wouldn't give you a headache, and then there's also
Why
case for
would.
why it would. Like there's actually two cases. So the reason what you're thinking is that wouldn't it give you a headache? The current VR sets that we have experienced so far, it would, because the displays are like very low res, or at least like it used to be. Like I think I'll start with it, right? Like the first VR headset I've tried was the Google Cardboard. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was
Yeah.
just a cardboard thing. You just slide your phone in, and now you have a VR experience. It's just made out of cardboard.
Sounds ancient.
It's
Very
you
much.
would think so, but it's only been like I think less than a decade of that. Yeah. So
So ancient.
Yeah.
wait, what? You're 10 years old or something?
I was 11, 10 years old. Oh no, 13, 10 years ago.
Yeah. Okay, but sorry. So getting to the point that it was just very low resolution, and whatever's on your phone is what it is. But these things are like very high res displays. You don't see a difference, right? It's crisp, it's clear. I've never seen a VR so realistic. Like everything just looked absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, you definitely get that feeling of like, you know, when like a new iPhone is on display and you see like this like nice clean display. That's how it was consistently when you're using the apps and stuff. They're like transparent mode or whatever the hell it is, where
It's called a pass through. So
where you're looking at the world and using your apps or whatever. It's great. It's actually much better than I anticipated, but there is like a bluish tint.
not bluish tint, but it's more like you know that it's the feed is coming from a camera versus your eyes, right? Because again, at the end of the day, it is a camera, right? You have this headset on, and the camera seeing the world, so you're seeing camera quality directed straight into your eye. And there's like they say it's a 12 millisecond lag or whatever, but it's pretty good. It's like it felt like I had like a slightly blurred glass, or just I'm just wearing a glass and I'm seeing through that. But it's not like bad or anything. Like you could still, if someone threw something at me, I could probably catch it. It wasn't like, oh, I can't catch it. So the camera was that, responsive and good.
Yeah, no, like I was in the Apple store and like I see everyone doing regular activities. Like the kid was fucking around while his dad was watching an iPhone. Like the workers
Yeah.
were working and doing their thing. But no, it was fun and like really useful and like they know that like this is a luxury item. Like
Yeah.
like $3,000.
$3,500
Yeah, like
for just
almost
the base version.
$4,000 and more if you want like additional storage because I know they have like the 256, 512, and then 1 TB.
Yeah.
And I was talking to like the salesperson there or like the Apple geniuses, and I was like, oh, like what do you recommend? And they're like, they showed me all these cool features of like immersive photos, which we'll talk about a little bit because those blew my fucking mind. I'm not gonna lie, those like it felt like.
Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it.
Taking like a slice of time and being in it. Like the video or the photo they showed was like a birthday party. Like someone just filmed a birthday party, like the kids blowing out candles and hanging out with his parents or whatever. And I'm like,
It felt like I was at that kid's
was
birthday
there.
party
Damn,
and the
okay.
cake was like right there. Like it. Imagine like your kids growing up. You record those videos through the Vision Pro headset, or you could also record it through the Pro iPhones, not the regular iPhones, but it has to be Pro or the Pro Max. And you can record those spatial videos, and they become these 3D things. The closer like you record it, the more depth you're gonna get, and the better they are. And honestly, like some of the videos I saw was just absolutely.
this kid was right by my face blowing out these candles, like the fucking flames flickering off and all of it. Like it was real.
I was there. I was there in that kid's birthday party. That's how real it was.
it was super dope. Then they're like, oh, like the photos were lovely as well. Like they like literally transform you to wherever the fuck you are. Like they put us. I think they showed me like Norwegian mountains or some shit, and I'm like looking around and I'm like, this is fucking dope as hell.
They're like panoramas, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that kind of technology, just seeing that in person, there's this immersive view where you basically, like, I guess what like the name says, you immerse into those panoramas that we were talking about. And one of my favorite things is watching movies and stuff because the displays are so good. You can be immersed into. So I've seen some videos for it, and I got to experience some other things for this immersive video stuff where they played just a clip, like a regular video clip from a TV show from Apple TV, and I had the option to select if I wanted a specific background for that video. And so just imagine you're watching Avengers, because Disney Plus also provides you this. They have a Vision Pro app. So you're watching Avengers, and all the Avengers like artwork and stuff is nearby. There's also a movie theater mode where it just starts acting like you're in a movie theater,
Like
and
you
you
can
can
pick what seat you are, but
Yeah.
they give you that angle. Like it's like the name says, immersive.
Yeah, and then you could select like, oh, do you want the balcony seats? Then it kind of like raises the view, so you're looking at it from like a a higher up view.
Yeah.
You wanted the middle, back, front, whatever.
Kind of off of that, like one of the coolest things is like they showed us this like their immersive video thing, like like the standard video that they show just to show what the Vision Pro is capable of, and it's like little clips, like you're in the ocean surrounded by fish, and then there's this one where like this lady is like walking on a tightrope across mountains, and like my opinion, the coolest one was
The
like,
hippos coming towards you?
huh?
Do you remember the hippos coming towards
yeah,
you?
yeah, the
It scared the
hippos.
shit out of me.
My favorite one was the soccer game, because they're like there's no more like you could literally feel like you're at the soccer game, and like you're getting the clearest view from behind the net. You're just like, oh my god, they're coming right at you, and the ball's literally right there.
So
Yeah.
how's the audio on there?
Audio is great too.
Is it like separate headphones or?
No, so it's like facing down into your ears. So at 50% volume, only you can hear it. But if it's at 100% volume, people next to you can hear it. But it's still pretty loud. And I think they have this thing where you can pair your AirPods. And because it does spatial audio as well, you'll be able to kind of use that. So the AirPods Pro, I think they're probably compatible with that Vision Pro.
From a work standpoint, like I know lots of people are like, oh, I could have my work up and send some emails, do work, and also watch a game or something. I don't think that's realistic.
Well, not with this version. I think
Yeah, like not with what we have. I don't want to talk about future versions and what they might do, because I don't know.
I mean, you can do multitasking. I did have like 3 or 4 apps open simultaneously.
Oh, yeah.
You assigned it like locations, so when I walk to it, or I can just like see it in that. So you can like resize things. You can, and like the gestures are really freaking
really
cool.
good. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you could-
The eye tracking is really nice.
it's literally magical. Okay, the eye tracking is probably what makes this Vision Pro the
And
best thing on the planet.
It actually kind of what makes it like not weird. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, because if you're out here just reaching on the corners, grabbing shit, like from the outside perspective, people are like, okay, let's not like sit away from that guy.
Right.
But no, it just tracks your eyes, and you just gotta pinch your fucking fingers, and it's like, oh cool, that's what he wants to click on.
There's only like 3 gestures, right? There's pinch to like basically tap your first 2 fingers, and they will like select things. Then you can like select it and then like scroll, go up and down or vertical sideways. Then it'll scroll, and then you can use for zooming in. You just use both of your hands and like pinch
then,
and like
like go outwards.
go outwards or
sides, yeah.
inwards based on So that's essentially it. Those are the gestures,
Yeah.
and the rest is just like you look at something, tap on it. You look at something, and it's not like you have to like attempt at looking at it like very hard.
Yeah.
Like it's
good.
It's
Wow.
more natural where
Yeah.
like you're like glance at it and select, and then you can move on.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
It sounds like a movie.
it's scary.
Right.
It,
No,
it
it's
is like
scary.
one of those Black Mirror episodes kind of a thing.
I don't think I would like to use this. I think this would be this is cool as hell, right? Technology wise, all of it's cool as hell. I don't think this is ever something that I'm going to use day to day life. Because
See-
I'm one of those guys that's like, oh cool, I'm sitting on my couch and I want to watch a movie. Why would I not just put it up on my TV?
Because now you have a cinematic mode where you're immersed into cinema, watch 3D movies in actual 3D. Imagine like we didn't see any 3D movies per se, but imagine watching like Avatar or something like that.
So that's
in,
another
like,
thing. I think a lot of people I know, for example, 3D doesn't excite them like that. I don't think the 3D movie experience is like something like, oh, spatial audio and stuff like that. Great. I want a surround sound system. That stuff is cool. But I don't think I'm ever going to be like, wow, let me go watch a 3D movie for this. I think it's just doesn't add that much value, especially with this thing that's going to last me 2 hours. And like, let's be honest, it cannot be good for your eyes whatsoever. Like your eyes are going to like deteriorate at a much faster rate than before with this on. And then like headaches, like from what I experienced, like, yeah, my head, like I didn't have a headache or anything, but I know that it like if I had played with it for more than like an hour, I would have had a little bit of a headache.
it's heavy. I'm not gonna lie, it's very heavy.
left
Like
a
you don't
mark.
feel it.
Oh, really?
But when
No.
you like done with it, my head was like I felt it. Like I felt it that there was something. I don't know if you felt it, but
Yeah,
like
no, it left a little bit of a mark.
it
on
also
my-
it left a mark for sure, and then it kind of goes away.
It
But
sounds like something that strains your eyes.
It
It's
does.
like, because if you're, I mean, let's say it lasts 2 hours, the battery, it's like staring at a computer for 2 hours. I mean, I guess it's different resolution and stuff, but it's still, you're still staring at a screen technically, even if it's a camera. Still
Yeah.
a screen.
I'm not sure about like the harm it does on the eyes. To be honest, like I haven't seen it, but
I haven't done the research, but
Yeah.
it's only been out for a week, and like you could make an educated guess. It's at the end of the day, it's
It's a screen very close to your
2
eyes,
inches
you know,
from your
yeah.
fucking eyes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
but
But screen tech's gotten a lot better. It's not like the old school tube TVs and stuff that's emitting a lot of radiation,
Yeah.
messing with your eyes. It's just not as bad anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. Using that thing for 2 hours every day, it's gonna have an impact.
no, and I mean, sorry, we keep saying 2 hours, but it's if you have that battery plugged into like
Oh,
an
yeah.
outlet, then it's infinite,
Infinite,
right?
yeah.
Then it's not like losing battery or anything like that. But again, like if I had this for work, another cool thing it does is like if I have the Vision Pro on, and if I look at like my MacBook Pro, there's gonna be a button that will pop up that says connect, and my MacBook Pro will become an extended display. So now I can use it
That's
as
cool.
like a proper computer.
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. I don't think workspaces are dynamic enough.
That's what makes it dynamic.
No, but like workspaces aren't. Like, yeah, if you work from home, like you could try
Yeah.
doing this, but you're not gonna be able to do everything. Like
Yeah.
for my job, I can't like just be like, oh, cool, Vision Pro is all I need, and I could use it for everything. Like I don't think I can.
No, but you can have a keyboard and you can have multiple desktops and you can literally just you can move to your living room, move to your bedroom. You could do whatever. You could be in the bathroom and just as long as you have your keyboard, you're fine, right? They have their keyboards, but this is like
I agree that could be done in theory.
Yeah.
I don't think it's practical and could happen. And I think you can make whatever argument you want, but do you think you could replace your job or your work computer with this?
you're not replacing work computer. It's
No,
just like
lots
it's
of-
a monitor, right? It just becomes a monitor. That's what it is.
I don't know. I don't think this could be the working station. Like my exclusive working station.
With the weight that it has right now, no fucking way. I cannot wear that for that much. Like, I mean, not realistic.
If it's that heavy, it's not worth it for that.
It's
like,
not that heavy, but it's still like over time
But
it will.
Over
But yeah,
time,
you
it
got
will.
something on
In
your
30
face.
minutes, if I feel it, in like 8 hours of work, I will feel it.
like how does this compare to like the Google Glass? Because that was pretty light.
Oh, that was super light. That's I don't think that's a comparable thing because that was like actually just wearing piece of glass.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. Like your regular glasses. That's
Oh, okay.
like a little bit heavier than that, but
So there's no processor, nothing.
it was back by your ears, right?
Okay.
All of that. So like weight distribution was different, but for this is just you're strapping it
Yeah.
on. You're
Okay.
going as tight because you don't want that light to
Yeah.
seep into this. I mean, Apple keeps calling it spatial computing. It's a VR headset. VR AR headset. Like let's just call it what it is.
But yeah, no, I think it was a fun experience. I don't think it's going to, in my opinion, which is how tech works, that I've seen, is going to be a cool thing that some rich kids buy, or some tech guys buy. They use it for a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be like something that replaces like entertainment.
That's what they said about the iPhone. They really did.
You see how like you have to bring up the iPhone, like you know how many ideas people have said this shit about,
Or
that
the
hasn't
iPad,
worked?
or like all of these products when they first came in, iPhone, iPad, iPod, even the MacBook, these were the same exact reviews that people said. And we're at another point in our
Okay.
lives where I think this could be that product that the next few generations will use. Is version 1 worth it? Fuck no. Will I be spending my $3,500 on this? There's no chance for it. But version 2, version 3, very interested. The developers are making really cool things. One of the coolest things that I've seen online is this person gamified the whole cleaning experience where you're wearing this headset and you have your vacuum on. There's like coins all over the house. So in order you have to collect all the coins and get all the cleaning spaces.
Wally ass world, bro. Like holy shit! And it's like like in this generation, like I'm part of it where I'm like I have a shitty attention span and whatever. Where like I have to watch TikToks while I watch TV or movies or some shit. But like literally making everything a game or being so dependent on everything.
Well, I will say one of the other benefits of that was that like maybe I didn't clean this area.
Yeah, like you
right?
get to clean every single nooks and cranny of it, right? Because you want to collect the points.
Yeah, there's a gamification, but it's also
Gamification of
actual
chores.
use for it, right? Like that's how I thought about it.
I think we should have this conversation in a year. I just am very bullish on this.
I think
I
the
don't-
price is
That
my
wouldn't be
issue.
bullish. That would be bearish.
I actually,
Oh,
yeah, you're bearish.
bearish.
And also,
Yeah.
I also don't think they're gonna refresh it like in a year.
I think it will be 2 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be at least a couple of years.
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
is they spent a lot of money on this thing, dude.
I mean, I think in a year you would know how like successful the idea was.
No, so they're making NBA partnerships and stuff like that, and they're doing a bunch of these partnerships where you can see that you're on like
With a subscription,
on the floor.
you could have like a courtside seat,
yeah,
so you feel like.
but that
courtside
proves
is
your
all-
point that we should
Yeah.
know, like
We
they
should
should
know.
know. But
Yeah.
but again, right? Like the payback period for something like this is gonna be long. That's why, like,
Yeah.
I mean, this is the most expensive one, and so we'll see. We'll see.
It's
how
a
long they
whole
wanna
new
keep it.
product line, man.
Yeah.
Apple's pretty good with new product lines. Like the last product line that didn't succeed was AirPower.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The fuck's AirPower?
What is that?
Oh man.
They promised this wireless
Omnidirectional.
what's it
Charging
called
set.
charging station. Like where you could put it in any direction, anything. You can charge like 3 or 4 products at once, and I don't think that ever came out.
It just
So wireless charger.
So it's a wireless charger, but wireless chargers are supposed to be like put into a specific way. Like your charging pad, you can't just like drop your phone and forget about it. But this was like, we're gonna have like 20 coils inserted into this wireless charger, so you could put it in any fucking permutation and it'll still work. But they had a lot of heating issues and stuff, and I don't think it ever released.
no, it didn't. And they went public about saying that we scrapped it.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a stupid idea.
It just felt unnecessary,
I
right?
mean, why can't a human just put a phone properly
Yeah.
on the
But
wireless
it's like
charger?
the concept of wireless is that you don't have to worry about, charging it in a specific way. So I get the idea.
I think the concept of wireless is not having fucking wires.
Not having to plug
Yep.
it in.
No,
I know,
but like imagine a world where your side table, where you when you go to your bed,
Yeah.
the whole thing is just wireless, right? And like you don't have to like plug your phone in or anything. You just drop it anywhere on that table and it'll just charge.
Yeah, it's like a super niche, like it's a
know.
super niche thing where I wouldn't spend money just to have that functionality. I'd be like, listen, you need a cord or you need a port, or not port, sorry, like a
stand.
specific stand for it.
Yeah.
I feel like if my dresser or cabinet or side table were to like just charge wherever I put my fucking phone, I'm more worried about like, man, is this thing giving me cancer at night?
Why? What?
Dude,
The radiation.
radiation, like having 2 side tables that are just emitting this shit consistently.
It's so low.
Feel like
Yeah,
I'll
it's
get
very
you
low.
don't feel that.
no,
Bro,
I don't
that's
feel.
not how it
no,
works.
Of course, I'm not feeling cancer.
but it's like your phone gives off a lot.
Yeah.
No, but,
you
like,
know the
that
phone
same
that you have
amount.
in your pocket
Yeah.
right now?
I don't think it would be the same. I think like this would be a lot more if my whole like side table is capable of this. I think that would be
But
a lot more.
it's because the whole thing is that they're just heating coils,
Yeah.
right? Like your home AC or heater, right, has a big heating coil in there,
And
like
it's in every room, bro.
Yeah,
My home AC is not in every room. I'm
No,
centrally
but
heated,
your
man.
Yeah, so that centrally heated part of it. The heat's still there. Also,
Okay.
lights.
yeah.
Camera. Action.
John.
Imagine this, right?
In
the
a world.
phone in your pocket right now,
It's actually
right by your balls.
It's not by my.
It's it's emitting so much radiation, bro. Sterile, right there. Firing blanks. But that was the Vision Pro. So just give a summary. Like, what was your experience? Just one line to like summarize that.
I think it's a proof of technology moving forward. I don't think this is something practically. I don't think / I hope that this is not something that is normalized in our world.
I think sort of agree with that, but my views are basically we are one step closer to those contact lenses that we will all wear, and that's just the whole world will become AR VR for us. And this is the first step in that direction. First proper step. I think the Facebook and Meta and all of them have had attempts, but they're doing it. They're trying to release products at the $500 price range. This is $3,500. This is that premium experience that you can hope for.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, right, like what it's replacing a TV. It's replacing
A computer.
maybe a computer, right?
Yeah.
It's
They call it
replacing-
spatial computing. So
Yeah, so right, like all that stuff. So if you get rid of all that, the $3,500 price tag may get justified, but we're not, like he's saying, right? We're not there yet where it's a full replacement. Like your point, right? Like right now, I couldn't do my job on it well, but if I adjusted, if I figured it out and practiced and tried, I think I can get it to work, right?
yeah.
But that's just my take on it. But I agree. It's a big step, or a step forward. I don't know how big of this step is, but it's a step in that direction that we had probably either 0 or half a step done before.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, but I don't like the idea of all this technology replacing real life experiences. It's like, wouldn't you rather be in the stadium actually there physically experiencing all these things rather than sitting in your house
But you'll never be able to like replace that. I think being
Like
physically
a fucking
there.
loser.
It's
Couch potato.
it's a whole concept that we're getting closer and closer to what's called the singularity, where like you can live your life but without leaving home, and also your mind is now merged with computer, and so the physical aspect of it, like some people are gonna want to actually be there in the moment, but this is supposed to kind of make you feel like you are there. Right. The only thing holding you back is you knowing that you're not there.
Yeah.
So like that's
I mean, there's gonna be mixed bag reactions to this,
Yeah.
anyways. I think only time can tell how well, how well this product will be, be used, and I'm bullish on it. I know you're bearish on it, but yeah. I hope regardless of the outcome, I think.
Were you about to say? I hope both of us are right.
Yeah, regardless, I think because I see your point too.
Yeah, the things people are bearish about, hopefully they focus on that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, do you think
'Cause
the
you brought up good
prices
points.
are gonna go up though? Because with every version that
No.
they come out with,
So they started with the pro version. If I was a betting man, I would say that there will be an Apple Vision, which they'll probably release for, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000 or something like that, which will be like the regular iPhone and then the iPhone Pro version. And I think they'll keep the $3,500 price tag, but the Pro versions will get a lot more technology.
Yeah.
So I just like the iPhone SE versus the regular iPhone, right? There will be things like that will happen a lot because they want as many people as they can, so developers have motivation to create more apps. It's a very big circle. Right now, only 600 apps are available on it, and then they ported over all the iPad apps.
That's still a lot. Holy cow.
No, 600 is not a lot because not all 600 are going to be be right.
Okay. Yeah, that's it's like a straight. Okay.
Oh, it's like a
straight quantity.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
like 600 usable.
There's no
vetted.
Netflix said they're not making an app for it. YouTube said they're not making an app for it. So at least at this point, they're not making apps for it.
Yeah. They're
Right?
they're holding off.
Yeah. Disney's like all in with backgrounds and everything. But again, like I think eventually people will come around as we get more and more people and more developers.
I think once again, unfortunately, we're gonna have to move Tetris to the next episode. I don't know what it is, but man, that podcast and the research I've done for this Tetris segment is so much. It's so exciting because like it's literally a story about a game. It seems so simple, but like the fucking like Russian government was involved, Japanese distributors, Nintendo, and like there's so many things going on. Like, and it's like the Iron Wall coming down that's like incorporated in all of this.
The Iron Curtain. Yeah.
The curtain. Sorry, I thought it was cooler, so I said wall.
Damn. Damn. Berlin Wall though.
Yeah,
Was around then.
But I guess we just don't want to fucking hear it.
Next week for sure.
We'll
So
definitely do
let's
next
just end it off with a Reddit story and amp it up a little bit.
So I don't know. I don't know how this is which direction it's gonna move us, but I have a Reddit story.
Is it creepy?
It's a
Because
no.
I know the last 2 episodes we've talked about some creepy shit.
This might be interesting more. My wife summarized it for me because she was reading this and she's like, "You have to do this." So it's a truth off my chest, and so I'm gonna read the title. My brother-in-law is the reason why my husband left me. I don't know what to do now. So
Can I make guesses? She fucked the brother-in-law and the husband left her.
Okay. Okay.
No, it can't be that simple,
It
dude.
feels obvious, yeah.
Then like she would also be a reason.
No, girls don't think like that. Or at least the girls in Reddit stories don't think like that. That's what I meant.
Okay. 38 female.
Vrinda's just like, all right, I guess.
She's like, I didn't know this was an Andrew Tate podcast.
All right. 38 female, met my brother-in-law, 38 male at uni. He asked me out in our first year, and I refused. He called me the C word and that I'm shallow. My best friend told me that it was a harmless comment from a drunken guy who got rejected. Makes sense. I never thought myself shallow. It was his demeanor and awkwardness that was off-putting to me. Anyway, he proved my friend right, And other than these comments, I've never felt uncomfortable during my uni years because he never bothered me again. Not even looked my way. That's it. Not even looked my way. Next time I met him was when my baby sister, 28 female, introduced him as her boyfriend. I didn't even recognize him at first because it was like 9 to 10 years since that day. He was visibly annoyed that I didn't recognize him and called me a liar. The family was skeptical at first about him, but he seemed to treat my sister right and she seemed happy. He's very rich. Go figure. Taking her all over the world, and he seemed kind with us too. They got married after a year of dating. They now have 3 children. I met my now ex.
He works fucking fast.
Dude.
Yo.
Well, hold on. Remember, they met,
9 years
got married after a year, and then had 3 kids.
3 kids, like
so,
boom, boom, boom.
Well, probably boom, 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 but I don't know how long that is. Yeah.
Also, I don't know who her friend is. So yeah, Vrinda, if you're at a bar and a guy hits on you, you reject him, and he's calling you the C word. Do you think any of your friends will be like, "Nah, it's okay. That's just how some guys are"?
No.
Like,
I mean, they
A lot
would
more.
probably be like, "The fuck do you mean?"
Yeah, a lot more cuss words, a lot more like, hey, like, where is he? Where is he?
Yeah,
you know,
like,
Where is he?
right? Like,
I
yeah.
Okay, the sea hunt happened. Then what?
All right. So I met my now ex 40 male husband 5 years ago. And the only odd comment from my brother-in-law was that I was still as shallow and superficial as I was in uni. At the time, I took it as a joke, but in hindsight, when I found out the truth and started thinking back, looking for red flags, this was probably a huge one. He never showed any signs that he disliked my husband, and he was always decent enough, and his indifference to having a close friendship with my husband, and I didn't seem odd because he was always a recluse. I don't know what that means. Here's where it gets interesting. A year ago, my husband came home and accused me of cheating, and he had evidence. The guy contacted him, and he had nudes, etc., of me on his phone.
What?
Yeah, this is the part where I'm like a little bit confusing.
So he had actual evidence that she cheated on him.
So, right? Nudes of her, right? The guy told my husband that he didn't know at first that I was married, but as soon as he found out, he contacted my now ex. He even apologized to my husband. I've never met this guy in my life. Nothing I said or did made my husband believe me. He left me and our divorce is pending. Now, then yesterday, that guy contacted me. Okay, so this is like now. He apologized for what he did and told me that he is friends with my brother-in-law. He sent me conversations, endless conversations my brother-in-law had about me for years.
What the? So this guy's like hung up on her or some shit?
Must be, right? He has never forgotten that I, in his words, didn't even give him a chance and only judged him by his looks. Now remember, this guy is very rich, right? And so like this, someone getting turned down probably like really hit his ego.
like first time I ever getting a no.
That is so fucking stupid.
Right?
But to extent he marries her sister,
Right?
does all of this shit. Dude, this guy's a petty motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude, one hand, respect the hustle. Second hand,
What the
kind of
fuck?
fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably... Dude, you know how deep you had to go into it? He's like, dude, I'm going to treat her sister so fucking well.
So
like-
how did he get the pictures though?
So I'm wondering if it shows or if he
Should we
talks about it later.
contact them?
But he,
Yeah,
my
we should
guess,
talk to them.
my guess, if it actually didn't happen, right? That's the other thing you gotta think about. Like maybe it did happen this whole time, but probably deep fake or something like that, right?
That's a lot of effort.
All right.
Well, I mean, he's
he
rich.
married her sister and like loved her and fathered children.
3 children.
He's rich.
He called me the C word in that chat. Both group chats with his friends, but mostly with this guy. They planned this attack, and my brother-in-law somehow got access to my photos. The reason this guy contacted me now is that he felt guilty because even when my marriage is over, my brother-in-law still was angry and hateful, especially when he heard that I was on a date last weekend. So the friend,
He's like, how can she go to date with other
Right.
guys when I'm putting in so much effort
Dude.
that she can't see?
right? so the friend felt that felt that he didn't help his friend, but ruin innocent people's lives instead. Go figure. Like, what was the first?
Yeah,
What was
like
the
you
first
didn't
sign,
realize
bro?
it the fucking first time you were talking to the husband.
That friend is more at fault than the guy, I think.
No, fuck no.
No, it's got to be the guy, because in his mind, he probably heard like some like bastardized version of the story. Like,
If that's true, yeah. But like, I'm imagining this dude just like, you know what this bitch did to me?
Bro,
She said no in high school.
You
so
don't-
I had to marry her fucking sister.
you don't blame the gun. You blame the person who's shooting, man. It's always you the person who's shooting.
yeah, that's fair. And then, but the thing that we kind of maybe brushed
He's just
over,
the gun.
Yeah, he's the gun, right?
It's a weird analogy when it comes to fucking someone's sister.
That's not fucking someone's sister. That's ruining
That's the
this. Yeah.
No, he fucked her sister. I'm still hung up on that part. That he had like a multiple year relationship, spent thousands of dollars, fathered children,
Had
met
a
the
wedding.
family, bought flowers for the mother, I'm guessing, to impress them.
Bro,
All
they
in
went-
his back of his head, he's like, fuck that girl.
They
But-
went on vacation. He took her out to, other countries and stuff.
But this explains one of the points, one of the things he said, right? Like, they got access to her photos. So there were nudes on her phone, right? Like, she may have sent them to her husband or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so they had access to it. And so I'm just sitting thinking to myself, I'm like, that must have fucked with that, like, the husband's, like, psyche quite a bit, right? I mean, he
Yeah,
left,
because
right?
he's like,
Yeah.
I thought I was getting them exclusively.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, well, I guess everyone's getting them.
It's like, dude, all right, the community.
It's like a fucking NFT, bro.
No, NFT is only one per person. So it's the anti-NFT.
It's a
Like an
JPEG.
OnlyFans subscription.
That's what it is.
Ooh.
And the worst part of all of it, she's not bringing a single dime home.
That's the worst part, huh?
Maybe he's getting those dimes.
Ooh,
That's why
yeah,
he's
yeah,
rich.
yeah. So, not sure what to do. My brother-in-law has actually been happier and more sociable than usual since my divorce, and now I know why. Although first I thought he felt sorry and wanted to support me. His jokes about me ending up as an old maid with cats as companions don't sound like jokes anymore. He meant them. Now, I don't want to ruin my sister's life. She's very happy with her husband. I'm not sure either if I can with her husband. I'm not sure if I should tell my ex or not. I'm very heartbroken that he didn't believe me. Love him very much. He's the love of my life, but I'm not sure if I can forgive him for not believing me. But he is a victim in this too. So maybe he needs to know for closure.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Well, I mean,
Okay.
that's just common sense.
This
Okay.
is all so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No.
If this happened to me and someone's like, hey, by the way, this man was fucking with you, everyone's getting told on.
Go.
First of all, going to the cops. Second of all, hey, ex, this is what happened, by the way. I'm working with the cops right now. We can figure shit out later. Fuck
No,
you, though.
also, what's there to figure out? Actually, it was just be like, I'm sorry, I all the odds were against you. I literally found conversations and fucking nudes of you. Obviously, the ex-husband was supposed to think that way. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm like,
There's-
I don't
you
hold you
can't
at-
fault him.
I don't hold
She
you at
can't
fault.
fault-
But by the way, I'm like dealing with this right now, and I'm about to go kill a bitch. And then I would go tell my sister and the husband, and cops will be present because I will use a literal, not metaphorical gun.
So there's some comments which it's just funny that we immediately jump to some of these. So two of these are it's like it wouldn't shock me if this guy found her sister and is dating her just to remain close to her. Right?
yes, he is.
Right? Feels too coincidental that he somehow popped back up in your life and then got mad that you didn't remember him, right? Because like that's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you didn't think I was like outstanding then, and you don't fucking remember me. So the other thing, and this is a little more twisted, he seems weirdly obsessed with the original poster, right? To the point that maybe he married her because they look enough alike, and it's like some weird revenge fantasy for him.
That's creepy.
That's creepy, but I don't think it's a revenge fantasy. I think he's just fulfilling his fantasy.
It's
is
That
like-
I
yeah, the
can't-
wording is off, but you're
Yeah.
right. Like it's
This
more
is
just
like the weird version of like, oh, like like when kids are like, oh, like we have a problem or whatever, like get into an argument, it's like I'm gonna fuck your mom. Like this is like just a weirder, slightly more realistic version of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Where he literally went and fucked his sister.
So what do you guys think they got back together, the husband and her?
I would say yeah, because I mean I feel like they were both victims in this,
Listen,
and
okay,
I
I'm be 100% honest. if this situation were to happen to me and I was the ex-husband, I don't know if I would be like, we're getting back together. It's a
Why?
weird situation to navigate when it's like also sus as hell. Regardless,
How
of,
would
like,
it be sus?
You telling me I know about all of this, it's like, okay, cool. Love and peace to you and your family. But
Because
I
I,
don't
mean,
know.
his sister is still with the guy, and it's not like the sister can give her sister a divorce. So,
No,
like,
but
they're
that's
still
you
there.
still distance it out, right? Like, I mean, if we're talking about the ex-husband getting back together with the
Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm
no.
saying. But like the sister is still married to her husband.
yeah, but you cut relation or you go to the police and put this guy behind bars, right? Like then automatically this
But
guy's out
then
of
you don't
it.
know how the girl will react.
or like the
So
sister.
it's like I
react.
feel like from the ex-husband's point of view, it's kind of sus.
It's also
It's
a very
weird.
like weird scenario because like I don't think like 100 if you're like of course if you're in love and like all this is happening and you think your spouse cheated on you and like this weird scenario pops up, there's still gonna be a little bit of doubt in your head where like is this
Yeah.
really fucking real? like we as fucking like Reddit readers are like this can't be
How
real.
unbelievable? Yeah, right. How unbelievable would it be? Like, it's not very right where she sent the picture to two people.
Yeah.
right, and like made up the story. Of
And,
how
and
we
think
had
about it,
access.
like if your
But
significant
there's
other
like text messages now to support her argument.
Yeah,
I mean,
Like,
but
she has
you
the
have to
proof.
access
it's
it.
still, but like imagine your significant other came up to you and was like, oh yeah, all this happened because I said no to this guy in college once.
Yeah, I would call the cops and get this guy arrested because there are creeps out in this world. I don't know, maybe I'm like too understanding or something, but like
Yeah, if my significant other was like, yeah, it's because I said no to him in college and that's why he's making up that I cheated on you and fucked my sister and is giving her a lovely life, I would be like, okay, girl,
It's a little-
you go work on
no,
that.
but wait, no, but okay. It's not as simple as that, right? Because now you're not fighting for proving this guy is a creep. You're fighting that, hey, I didn't cheat on you, and here's all the proof I can potentially get that I didn't cheat on you. This were photos that I had on my phone that I got hacked. Cops can determine when someone's took photos of you, or if unless this guy's a tech genius or some shit, and cops can determine that this happened. There could be a full-on investigation, and at the end of it they can determine, like, you take this rich brat into a jail, he's not gonna be he's gonna speak because he's known to have like a fucking luxurious life, and now he's in fucking jail.
So
They're gonna try to cut a deal or some shit.
yeah. So there's an update.
Oh, nice.
So, hi. Yes, I met with my husband and it didn't go well at all.
What?
We talked and he apologized and asked me to forgive him. He said that he never truly believed that I would cheat, but the evidence was overwhelming and he just thought that he believed me because he was blinded by his love for me.
Makes sense.
He then wanted to head over to my sister and her husband to confront him, but I asked him not to.
That's us.
Right? Until I'm comfortable that my sister is at least at my parents'. So I wanted my parents to ask her to go visit them, and we tell her then. That way, she's not with her husband when she finds out, and he finds out that he is exposed. This morning, I got many calls and texts from everyone because my husband went and did it anyways. And he had a huge fight with my brother-in-law. He denied everything, of course, so my husband blasted him on social media and made an apology for believing rumors about me. My sister was angry with me and my parents. Oh, sorry, with me, and my parents were confused and shocked. I've talked to my parents and told them everything now, and they believe me, but they agree that I should have given the chance to talk to my sister before hell broke loose. Now she's not speaking to me because my husband tried to beat up her husband.
I think a lot of these actions were justified, but I think he should have listened to her.
Yeah,
He should have respected her boundaries.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Justified. Beat
I-
the shit out of this dude.
I think that's how it would have played out anyways, and so,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
if you just done it on her schedule,
no,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would also resort to violence.
Fuck yeah. Like, you steal my girl's nudes from her phone and then ask your friend and try to break up our fucking marriage? Get the fuck out of my face. I'm
crime.
beating the shit out of
Yeah,
that
dude,
person.
right?
Crime.
Like, hey,
It's a cybercrime. It's a.
Yeah.
I think this type of shit would get you put on a registry.
Would it?
As
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh. What kind of registry, though?
as a predator.
Really?
Not a predator.
Not
Sorry.
a predator, because
Yeah,
isn't
not a
there like an
predator.
age thing?
That's a little different.
That's a different one. Sorry, just keep on thinking about the Epstein.
You're on
episode.
the record. You have a record.
Yeah, you have a
right?
record.
Yeah.
No.
Like
So-
you don't have to go door to door and be like, "Hey, my name is
Just so
XYZ
you know.
and I live in the neighborhood." But
I
you're on
wonder,
some sort
like,
of-
what would happen, like, afterwards? Like, eventually, does the sister come? Like, I think this story, I don't know if it's a real story. I think this is the first time I think that this is a fake Reddit story.
yeah, I think this is a fake one.
It could be. It could be.
Because I want a lot more details, right? Like, if I was the poster, I would put in a lot more details around, oh, yeah, my sister finally came back around.
But what
This
would
guy's
she
in
do?
jail now.
Yeah, what would she do? I don't know her situation, right? But the sister, like, married, has 3 kids, right? Like,
Yeah, a
and
lot of
he's-
these situations you have to think about it in real life. It's not a movie. You don't get a conclusion for all of these things. Like lots of like times when, unfortunately, abuse is reported, it's not heard or not accepted, even if there's overwhelming evidence.
But this is not abuse. This is this is a crime, and you can go to cops for that.
It doesn't matter. Like it's very hard to prove.
No, it's very easy to prove
How?
when you have like literal evidence.
Of someone saying it, that's not enough proof.
You think that guy who came clean wouldn't be coming clean again in court if he was
does
summoned?
not prove that how you have to prove that this man actually did it.
It's called
that-
testimony.
That's not alone that cannot convict you in these
You have
types of crime. And
messages.
it's very hard to. That's the same people talking.
Yeah, but it's not he said, she said when you have evidence supporting it.
someone took his phone, right? You can
Yeah.
just say something like that. Or I lost my phone. And
Yeah.
For
like,
years?
It could be photoshopped, whatever the fuck it is. Like he needs to be convicted of the crime.
I mean, if I feel like you guys are
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
So there's intent, right? Because he's like, the text messages are there, but the actual act.
Proving that. What if it was not like some hacking bullshit that you could track him? What if he just like, oh, she left her phone open on Thanksgiving dinner and I just send-
I will say this is nothing. There's nothing criminal here, right? This isn't like he didn't break any laws. The
yeah, he
thing
did
is-
invasion of privacy.
no,
So, if the guy says that he got me this nudes,
yeah,
then it's a law.
yeah, I think that.
but he got it from somebody else, right? So it's like, so like other dude, his friend, may be criminal then.
No. The friend got it from our dude.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, I don't think it's real.
Yeah, I think it's fake too.
I'd like to hope,
I
Yeah.
like to hope that this bitch's life was really fucked up.
right? Like it just feels like I don't know, because the whole thing's it's a believable story. I think it's a believable story. Now the question is like, is it actually? I don't know. My whole thing's like, why would you make up this kind of a story and get some traction? But that's just me.
But a lot of Redditors do make stories up. Like I feel like the
creepypastas and
creepy
stuff, yeah.
ghost one, the violin one.
Mm.
I think that's made up too.
Yeah. But no, great episode. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for the great artwork. It was really, really good. Loved hearing about your artistic process. I know we didn't get to talk a lot about Tetris. Sad about that. Had a good experience with the Apple Vision Pro. Still very bearish about it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're also gonna add your Instagram handle in the description. So if some people want to follow you, they can go ahead and do that. And yeah.
See some of your other work.
Absolutely.
And,
Awesome. We're gonna continue, having conversations with you with version 2, version 3 of our artwork. We're probably gonna look into merchandising as well. So it's gonna be cool. We're excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Super excited. But no, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great day.
See y'all.
Bye.
Time to hit the hay.